Today on Drawbli,
Ben is drawing Avatar.
Avatar. Oh my god. Click that subscribe button if you're new around here.
And comment below with ideas of what we can do to improve as artists.
And I guess share your avatars online with the
Avatar.
hashtag Drawbli.
She does have blue skin.
She does eventually have blue skin.
You give her
But that
blue
was just
skin.
something fun that I did at the end to add some color and some visual interest to this piece.
Do you think that's how James Cameron treated Avatar at the whole time? They were all just like normal flesh tones, and at the end he's like, let's make them blue. Add
James
some,
Cameron has
visual.
some like weird blue perversion. I don't know. No one knows how James Cameron's brain works.
I'm sure it's not a perversion. I'm sure it's an inspiration, a muse.
Abby, did you see what they did with their hair in that movie? James Cameron is a freak.
I don't think he's a freak. There's actual blue people in life.
We did talk about this recently.
Yeah.
About the blue people of Kentucky that have some kind of weird iron.
Good luck
thing
pronouncing
going
it.
on.
Blah, 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 something. The iron in their blood gets made differently than it's supposed to. Don't ask me to explain. I'm not a medical professional. Oh, no, wait, yes, I am. Just not that kind that knows about that kind of thing.
I don't specialize in blue.
I learned about that in nursing school, but so long ago that it was the kind of information you may regurgitate for a test and then never need to utilize ever again in your career unless you are very specific, in a very specific situation.
Well, hey, Ben's painting a blue girl here, and the whole objective here with this piece was focus.
Focus, yes.
So I wanted to paint a portrait coming off of, I believe, the stylization lectures, which are more so just like additional techniques for painting portraits. That's kind of what we've been doing this whole time. You know, we went through the fundamental stuff, and now we've been going through a bunch of iterative information on portrait painting. A ton of different techniques, and, you know, take what works, leave out what doesn't, and practice painting portraits a lot. So one of the things here that I'm going to focus on a ton is focus and finding those areas of focus. I knew that I wanted the one side of the face to be a lot more in shadow. I knew that I wanted to focus on just like the facial features, like the eye, the nose, the lips, and the ear, and kind of leave everything else like a little more blurry. Like leave the other eye in the background a little more blurry.
Ooh,
That's
yeah.
me kind of
I like
picking my
that.
areas of focus there.
Yeah.
So after I did that, I went in and like, here's one of my areas of focus. And I just focused on painting this eye for, I don't even know how long, probably like 30 minutes. Because I wanted the eye to be really good.
And if it's going to be one of your areas of focus, then yeah, it makes sense to spend a lot of time on that area versus an area where you're not going to be focusing.
There's a really fun technique that I do here at the end of painting my eye that I want to show you. It's going to probably flash by like super quick on screen. But I take the surrounding value of each side of the face and put it over top of the eye, and I fade it out really low so that, because when I'm painting here for the eye, I always use like pure black, and I do this to help get the tone away from being pure black.
Wow,
It sounds really weird, but like if it might have already happened and happened really quick. I don't think it has happened, but
Yeah.
it's kind of a weird thing, but I forget the name of the artist. It might have been Sung Soon Nim. I'm now combining two artists together real quick. Oh, it was Sung Soo Jeong. They had all the really cool armor and the beautiful faces, like the beautiful characters, but they downplayed the eyes a lot. So that was something that I wanted to try in my own work. That's like the whole point of those artist adventures, and, you know, looking at other artists' work intentionally instead of mindlessly scrolling past it as we always do. You know, take a moment and say, what can I learn and try? Even if it's something super small like this, which was just kind of like, I don't even know how to explain it. You're like fading the eye into the value of the face.
Yeah.
To kind of downplay the contrast there.
No, absolutely. I mean, you never know. That kind of like experimentation too could be the stepping stone to your future primary art style and what you're most known for.
Well, that's what art, we have art styles, right? And art style is just a combination of the millions of different things you do. And if that is like one thing that you see another artist do and you're like, whoa, I want to try that, and you do it and you're like, whoa, I love this, I'm going to do this from now on. That's a part of you and a part of your style. Such a simple thing.
Oh, look, you started with yellow skin here.
Yeah, I just picked 3 colors that I liked and thought would work well together, and then I started playing with and adjusting those. And I do that for a little bit here while
Yeah.
I sit around and
It
paint
looks
some
so
colors.
great. It's so impressive how you put the color on and you've done so much work already with just your values and hue shifts or value shifts that just putting like one base color on looks amazing already. I love that.
Yeah, it's so much easier to paint in black and white and not worry about color at the same time. It is just so much harder to paint in color from the very beginning.
It is. It's very hard. I guess it's worth getting the hang of, but at the same time, it is a lot easier to paint in black and white and then overlay it. It still looks amazing. So
It's good practice, that's for sure. I mean, there's nothing wrong with practicing more.
no, not at all. Not at all.
Yeah, but I really enjoyed working on this piece. I thought that I was, in general, really happy with my ability to kind of create focal points. And you'll see me kind of do a little more of that. I actually painted myself a little bit into a rut because I wanted to create some... something I've been trying to play with a lot more lately is creating just some simple noise. So I've been using, obviously, the noise filter and kind of the glitchy filter to just like put a smattering of noise all over my piece and then try to go back in and erase or blend out a lot of that. But I ended up doing way too much with this piece.
no.
And I had to spend a long time going back in and like blending out a ton of that. But I actually think it ended up giving it a really kind of cool, subtle effect at the end. Hopefully it's not too overplayed, but I guess
Everything looks so good.
I guess we'll find out.
Yeah. You definitely are still like this is something that has been eternally present in your art style is your affinity for harder edges. You do a good job, I think, in most areas of your skin of like softening and blending where it needs to be. But if you, for example, look at the ear of your piece, it's got a lot of like hard edges, and I think that's very.
I don't understand how soft edges work, Abby. That's the problem. I'm not smart enough to understand what soft edge
no,
is.
that's not true.
So here's all the crap that I threw on top of my painting, and then I was like, okay,
my
now I'll
gosh.
just kind of go over this and get rid of it. And then I was like, wait. So what happened was I played with the noise and the glitch effect, and then I stopped recording for a second and went and did something else and came back to it, and I had forgot that I had merged those layers together and wanted to undo it. So I was like, I guess I wanted to do this. I guess I'll just paint over top of this.
Oh no.
And then like an hour later, I was like, why did I do that?
Yeah. Oh my gosh. That's crazy. Yeah, you just had to go back through and literally blend it all back out.
Not all. No, not all. Just in specific areas. So in some areas I left it, in other areas I didn't. But I at the end I think it works. So
Oh, that's
like
good.
I said, I'll let other people be the deciding
To
factor for that.
judge. Yes, absolutely. Very cool. Wow.
Wow.
She's blue.
She's
Her hair is so
blue.
interesting.
Yeah, you said something about the hair when I was working on it, and that, like, obviously I'd been staring at it for a long time. So when I came back to it, I was like, oh, I guess the hair is kind of weird. You called it a certain hairstyle. And
I
was
think
like,
I called it a crew cut.
yeah, crew cut. And I was like, well, it's definitely not supposed to be a crew cut. So I need to go back over this and do something with it.
Oh.
Oh, there's the eye adjustment.
Oh, cool. Cool.
So that's what I was talking about
Oh,
previously,
neat.
where I
Yeah,
was like fading
yeah.
that out.
Oh, I see. Yeah, no, her hair looks like very soft though. You did do a good job of making her hair look very soft. It does look short on the top currently.
Yeah, it's supposed to be like pulled back is I believe in the reference that I was using. Obviously, I've put away the reference at this point, and now I'm just kind of playing around, so.
Yeah, this probably didn't take you very long to create, did it?
I don't remember. I pretty much spend the same amount of time on everything. I would say like 2-ish hours.
2-ish. I think for most of my like a portrait start to finish right now, that's about where my skill level's at. Is I'm able to take things about as far as you can take them in about 2.5 hours, and after that, I do find I'm just messing with little details that aren't making any difference.
Yep, I spent I think a little over 2 hours on this one, but normally I spend less than 2 hours. Normally it's like an hour and a half. And I can't really like take them too much further than that.
No. Yeah, I'm the same way. I'll burn out. I'll fry. My brain will fry too. I'll be like so sick of working on a thing that I know I can't take too much farther at my skill level. And
Well,
there she is. She
There
looks
is my
amazing.
finished painting. So like a little bit of the texture coming through in some little areas there. I left
Yeah.
some of the like little noise and glitches there in the eye because I
Very
thought that was
cool.
cool.
It is.
Yeah.
Yeah, your eyes were extremely well done, and your value range here is very striking and very fun to look at. Good
Well,
job.
thank you.
Yeah.
And if you want to be striking to look at, you should click that subscribe button.
And comment below with ideas of what we can do to improve.
Share your striking art online with the hashtag Drawbli.
And this is the part where we say goodbye.
Goomba.
Avatar.
Avatar. James Cameron, I'm telling you, he had a thing going on there under the surface.
I choose not to go down that vein of thinking.
They plugged their hair into their horses.
I choose not to put whatever take you have on it.
I do know in Avatar 2 that they removed that part, so obviously somebody sat James down and was like, hey dude, let's step it back a little.
Oh my god.